Good morning, everyone. My name is Steph, and I work here at the Museum of Australian Democracy at Old Parliament House. And I'm so excited to be connecting with you today for Media Literacy Week. I have some very special guests that I'm keen to introduce you to today. So we have with us the wonderful Matt and Eva Cosgrove. Yay, Matt, Eva.
Hello!
Hey.
We're
Oh,
here.
look at
Hi,
you two.
everybody.
It is so good to see you today, and I've got all of my books with me. I
That's so
hope
cool to
that
see.
I can see your fabulous display there. So I hope that the students that are connecting with us today know some of your work. But we are very excited to be chatting all things media literacy and having a look at some of the media that you've included in your books.
Correct. Yeah, we're so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for having us here, Steph, with the Museum of Australian Democracy. And yeah, we're just so excited to talk to you today about Worst Week Ever and about media literacy, which is such an important thing in today's world where we're bombarded with media and we're bombarded with fake news. And how do we deal with it and digest it? So hopefully today we're going to talk about a lot of that. And hopefully it's not going to be boring. Hopefully it's going to be fun and exciting as well and funny.
It's going to be so fun and exciting because we're looking at your books that you and Eva have created together. And we're going to do some, yay, look at you two. We're going to do some drawing together. So have your pencils and paper ready. And if teachers, if you've printed out your poster for Justin, have that ready as well. We will do that shortly. Now, here in Canberra, I am very fortunate to be on the lands of the Ngunnawal, Ngunnawal and Ngambri peoples, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. For those of you that are connecting with us today, we are going to be using our Q&A to be able to chat with you and so that you can talk to us during the session. So we would love to hear the lands on which you are connecting from. So please feel free to drop those in there for us as well, and we can see where you're coming from across Australia. So I think we should get started, Matt and Eva, because I'm very keen to dive into these books and have a chat to you about all different types of media. So what we're going to do first is we're going to head inside this beautiful building and we're going to have a little bit of a chat about how media connects to our democracy and how you find out what's happening in the world and how you contribute to conversations. Now, while we are transitioning inside, because we're going to go for a bit of a walk today, which is very exciting, I would love for you to add to the chat different types of media that you know and that you use. So once you've added the country you're connecting from, you can add for me while we go for a little walk the types of media. But I'm going to hop out of the way so that we can go inside. I'll meet you in there. All right, so we'll head across the road. Going to head up the front steps. It's a very fine looking day here in Canberra today. I hope it's a good day where you are, Matt and Eva. It's nice
Oh,
and
it's
sunny.
raining here.
Oh, we do like a good bit of rain. It helps our plants. That's Jim. We'll get Jim to open those front doors for us and we're going to head upstairs.
Thanks, Jim.
Now, this beautiful building that we are in is almost 100. It's our 100th birthday in 2027.
Oh, happy birthday.
And we're going to stop in King's Hall for a tick and then we're going to head straight into the House of Representatives. So we'll turn ourselves around. It's not a very big building, Old Parliament House. And we're going to head into this very fancy room. So here we are. This is the House of Representatives. And some of you may have seen this on the TV if you've ever watched Question Time. And don't forget to send through those types of media that you like to use as well. And this is a space where lots of decisions are made for all Australians across the country. So you may know someone who works in a room like this up at Australian Parliament House, which is where our federal parliament now is. And in here, we would have had the Prime Minister working, sitting at the desk here in the centre, and we would have had our opposition leader over on this side. Now, what's really important about our chamber is that we like lots of debate, we like lots of discussions so that we can make the best decisions for all Australians. Now, someone else that's very important that sits in here is the press. So we have representatives from the media who sit up in the galleries, who would take notes and write stories, do TV interviews about all of the decisions that are made in Parliament. So some of the things that you may have heard conversations around are things like we've got the social media ban coming up for under 16-year-olds. Those conversations would have happened in a space like this, and then you would have reporters that are sending out news stories who work in the galleries. So today, as part of our session, we are talking all things media. So we are going to be looking at social media, we are going to be talking about the news, we are going to be having a look at advertising as well. So lots of different types, but we're going to do it through Matt and Eva's books, which are filled with different types of media. And when I read them the first time around, I was like, Matt and Eva, this is a perfect example of some things that happen to us when we're looking at social media, when we're looking at photos of people and perhaps they've been changed or someone's been turned into a meme. This is a great opportunity for us to have some conversations today. Now, before I hand over to Matt and Eva to do a little bit of an introduction about their incredible books, teachers, we're going to use the Q&A function. So we're not using the chat today. So any comments you would like to send our way, use the Q&A for me so that we can see those, and then we can push them out so everyone can see those. So no chat for us today in this program. But Matt and Eva, can I hand over to you so you can tell us a little bit about the work that you do and this incredible series that you've written together?
Yeah, that would be fantastic, Steph. So, Steph, do you think are we? Oh, she introduced what? Yeah.
Having us here today. We're so excited to talk about Worst Week Ever and media literacy. Worst Week Ever is meant to be very funny and very silly, and it's filled with outrageous, unbelievable situations.
But we also know our readers are very smart and savvy, and media plays such a huge role in all of our modern lives. We felt it was really important to include it in Worst Week Ever. So, Eva, you're the author of Worst Week Ever.
Yeah, I'm the co-author, so I write the words with Matt.
And so I help with the words, but I also do all of the illustrations and we do the design of the book together. Worst Week Ever, it's a 7-part series from Monday through to Sunday about one kid who is having the worst week of his life, where anything that could go wrong does go horribly but hilariously wrong. I think, Steph, you've got a video to play
I
about Worst
sure
Week Ever.
do.
Yeah,
We
for the kids
do.
that haven't read it yet.
We've got a little trailer that we can play that can introduce everyone to Justin. You're already starting me thinking about some of the poor scenarios that happened to Justin. The pool incident has just come to mind.
Oh my gosh.
But I know. But how about we play the little trailer so everyone can see what the books are about?
Cool, thank you.
Have you ever had a bad week? Maybe you accidentally called your teacher's mom. Maybe you missed the tie-breaking goal. Maybe your internet cut out right when you're about to win your game. Well, can I just tell you something? That wasn't a bad week. This is a bad week. In fact, it's the worst week ever. I'm at a school with the meanest book. My mum has just married a vampire. My dad is driving a giant toilet on wheels. I'm pretty sure my cat has been kidnapped by aliens. And right now, I've got a major case of food poisoning. Plus, I'm hanging off the edge of a 10-meter high diving tower in front of my entire class, doing nothing but rapidly disappearing crochet spinners. And it's only Monday! The hilarious new series for any kid who wants to know what it's like to have a bad week.
Oh no, we have a code brown.
Not
Code
the code
brown.
brown.
I
So
found
yeah.
it in the book, and I tell you, our young people joining, it's so bad that they've even censored it in the book. Oh
Mm.
gosh, maybe we should be
Well,
talking about censorship as well.
yeah, well, that's a little bit of media literacy. Sometimes it's not what they're telling us, it's what they're not telling us. So yeah, that's
Exactly, but you've given me some quokkas and some alpacas. So
instead.
perhaps
Yes.
I'd missed the fact that you've deleted some scenes from
Yeah.
your books by censoring our Code Brown incident. But thank you for your introduction, and thank you for that trailer is just sensational in giving us a little taste of poor Justin Chase
Yes.
and his worst week ever. I really feel for him as a character. But throughout our session today, we're going to have a look at some of the media that's included in the books, and you'll see that I've moved into a different location here
Yeah.
in the Museum of Australian Democracy, and I'm actually in a studio where they would report out of and they would share breaking news.
Mm.
And back in the day when this was a parliament, it would have been on television and on the radio. Not necessarily social media wasn't around back in the 80s. We were still using typewriters back here. But I know you have some breaking news stories that you've included in the book. So I thought we might show the students some of the pages that we've got.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at some of the breaking news that came through in Worst Week Ever.
Yeah, so we actually set some of Worst Week Ever Thursday. It's set inside a television studio, like where you are now, Steph, so we can make some jokes about news and the media. And we included this news bulletin in Worst Week Ever Thursday, as it's a fun, quick way to introduce lots of different plot points all at once, but it's also to send up the traditional news bulletin. So our main aim in Worst Week Ever is to be funny and entertaining. We want to make kids laugh.
Our book series is called Worst Week Ever, where everything goes wrong all of the time. That's what makes it fun to read. The drama, disaster, and conflict makes it an interesting page turner. It's not called Most Wonderful Week Ever, where everything goes perfectly as planned for the main character. Life is delightful and he lives happily ever after. That probably wouldn't be very interesting or entertaining to read.
So the news is based off the same principle. Bad stuff, drama, conflict gets more attention and more airtime because it's more compelling. A lot of newspapers and television news and even social media content is governed by the idea if it bleeds, it leads, which sounds terrible, but it just means if something, the more violent it is, the more brutal or more tragic the story, the more coverage it gets because it gets more readers, more viewers, more hits on the internet. And with 24 hours news channels, that means a lot of continuous drama being broadcast constantly. When we wrote Worst Week Ever, it was definitely intended as an antidote to all the bad news we're bombarded with. We just really wanted to have a laugh. Now let's have a look at this news bulletin there from Worst Week Ever Thursday. Now, when you hear a newsreader present, they have a certain tone to their voice, and they speak with a gravity and an authority when talking about serious issues. And they're wearing their serious clothes, like Eva and I are dressed up wearing our suit blazers, so we look professional, and you trust what we're saying, and we can talk about serious things. But you also notice the newsreaders also swap it up and mix it up, and then they use puns and playful language for their light-hearted stories. So we tried to capture that mix in this excerpt from Worst Week Ever.
So I live from the news desk. Mysteriously, overnight, the world famous Sphinx got a mystery makeover with a mysterious feline facelift that has drawn massive, curious crowds. Authorities are baffled by the mystery. Closer to home, unexplained sinkholes have been popping up across the country without explanation. All we can currently confirm is that the sinkholes are in no way related to any activity from Steel Corporation. In other news, there sure do seem to be a lot of cats everywhere at the moment, on the streets, rooftops. There's one here right now. Peculiar. And finally, just your regular reminder that Sterling Steel, the owner of Steel Corporation and all of its subsidiaries, including Steel Television, is the coolest. Officially, back to you on the couch.
So we have our trusted news sources, especially when events can be framed in different ways. We have to trust our news sources, I mean, especially when events can be framed in different ways, in a positive or negative light, especially now when we have AI generated images that can replicate things and make them look real. It's hard to know what's real and what's fake. So we really, really have to trust our news sources. So, for example, we had that picture of the sinkhole, the mysterious sinkhole in the news bulletin that we had. It could have been framed in really, really different ways. So we've got that image of the sinkhole, and it might be mysterious sinkhole appears,
Asteroids hit Earth. We're all doomed.
or it might just be something like big potholes on the local road are a real nuisance.
Or communities rejoice. Brand new pools opening soon everywhere and close to transport.
So just from that one image, we could frame it or skew the news in four different ways really easily. So I don't know whether you guys might be able to come up with a different headline for that sinkhole. Have a think about how you might frame it as a positive thing or as a negative thing, as something scary or something happy. Just from that one image, you could really change it into lots of different things in the way that you present it, in the tone, or in just the way that you approach it. So that's something we want you guys to think about when you're watching the news. How are they approaching it? What's the intent behind how they're selling it? Are they trying to make it a feel-good story? Are they trying to make it tragic? All of those things can be injected into the news story in the way that they present it.
Oh,
And
you're absolutely making me think about Matt Neva, some of those great headlines. I reckon our students joining us today would have some other ideas of what they would put forward in terms of a headline because you want that click. You want people to want to read more, don't you? So I did like your media one. I've also seen on social media that sometimes, like even just a pothole on the road, people have planted flowers in them.
there you go.
I know. Is it a good news story for
Well,
the local council
yeah.
to have some potting soil and some nice flowers in the middle of the
Yeah.
road?
More
Interesting
green
way of
space.
drawing attention.
Yeah, well, so that's an interesting thing. Like Steph, you're saying you saw that on social media. We have to think about where are we getting our news from? So, yeah, are we watching it maybe on a trusted news source like the ABC, where they have fact checkers and they have to research the story, and there's accountability and there's scrutiny and there's professional standards? That's very different to an anonymous news story that's just been posted on Facebook from an unknown source with no evidence and there's no interviews or there's no verifiable facts. But the scary thing is that sometimes those fake stories, they can spread just as easily and as far as authentic news items. So it is a tricky time to sort of you have to work out, is this really true news, or is it something that's not real, or it's not credible?
Yes, and you're making me think about those great questions that we want to ask ourselves when we're looking at news about, could there's so many pictures like AI images I see
Mm.
as well that look so realistic. And
Yeah.
having those questions ticking around in the back of our head is so important, which we will pick up throughout all our pieces of media that we look at today. But our audiences may notice, Matt and Eva, that I've moved locations, that I am zipping around this building really quick smart today, and I've ended up in someone's office. And I'm wondering if they might know who could have worked in such a fancy office like this. We've got really important books on the shelf. They must be important.
Mm.
A chair, a fancy telephone. This office used to be where the Prime Minister worked.
Oh,
When they were in
wow.
our building and they had important meetings, they would have had media come and interview them in this space for articles that they were putting out about policy and ideas they would like for the Australian public, things they would like to tell them. But you also had some important senior people that you included in the worst week ever. So I think we should have a look at some of the posters that were created to get people on board.
Mhm.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. So there we have Sterling Steel. So he is a billionaire, multi media owner. So he owns all of the news channels and all the media corporations. And I kind of suspect maybe he might not be the best guy. He might not have everyone's best interests at heart. But this is Justin Chase has snuck into his secret Steele's secret den, and he's discovered that up on the wall are a whole bunch of posters that are waiting for approval, where Sterling Steele is putting himself out there as the leader. He's wanting to be elected as, I think, as the prime minister, maybe even as the president, or maybe even as the king, or maybe as the intergalactic overlord. He's got some pretty lofty ambitions, Sterling Steele does. And you can have a look there at the posters he's got up there. So Sterling Steele for prime minister, for president, for king, for world leader, for intergalactic overlord. You know, he's ready to take over the world. And he's got these posters there. I guess around election time, we're all bombarded with these posters all around the streets and on television. You can see there the posters, they're all kind of presenting Sterling Steele as the right choice. Where we've got Sterling Steele for king, he's already got a crown on his head. Or for president, he's surrounded by stars, so he looks more appealing and very authoritative. Yeah, so it might be interesting to have a think about some of the maybe the tricks or techniques that the people that are presenting this information about political candidates use when they're making their posters to try and convince you to vote for them. So I think, Steph, maybe we had like a fun activity about making a poster for Justin Chase. Justin Chase for Prime Minister. Do we think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
Oh, I'm keen to see, Matt and Eva, what we get from the students as to whether it's a good idea or a bad idea.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll feel a connection to Justin, given he's having such a bad week.
Yes.
They might feel a bit
He's
sorry for him.
relatable. Yeah,
Yes, he
he
is
understands
relatable.
their pain, maybe. So maybe Steph, maybe we might be able to get some suggestions from all the incredible students out there using their brains. They could have a think about what could we add to this
Mm.
poster that might make you want to vote for Justin Chase as Prime Minister? How could we make him look respectable and smart and authoritative? And maybe what are some of the logos or slogans that he might be saying to convince people to vote for him? And I thought it might be really fun. Let's start with a serious one that makes us want to vote for Justin Chase. And then maybe after that, we might do a funny one that we're going to transform Justin Chase into a candidate you would never want sitting on Parliament representing you. So maybe the people, all the students might be able to tell their teachers, and we can put it into the Q&A and we can
We
get some
can.
suggestions. Yeah.
All right, and I will keep an eye out for those. So let's start adding those, and we want to go serious first. So what's
Yeah.
going to make us want to vote for
Yeah.
Justin is what we're looking for.
So maybe while those are
First.
coming in, I could just quickly show the kids how they can actually draw Justin Chase, like if they're going to
Oh,
do their own
yay.
poster from scratch,
Perfect.
because it's really, really easy. So while everyone's thinking about what they could add to that poster, I'm quickly going to show you how to draw Justin Chase. He's really easy to draw because I have to draw him onto every single page. So I made him really simple and cartoony and easy to draw. So I start with just two ovals next to each other like that. I
Mhm.
put a dot inside of each of those ovals. His nose is just a curved little U shape like that. And his mouth is just three curves like this, curve, curve, curve. And then I did something pretty impressive. I invented a brand new shape that's never been heard of before. It's not a square, it's not a circle, it's a squircle. So I'm going to draw a squircle around his eyes and his mouth. And then I'm going to draw his ears, which are just the letter C on that side, the letter C on that side. He needs his eyebrows above his eyes, just a stroke like that. And his hair is just a zigzag that goes across the top. And then to fill it in, I use a technique called hatching, parallel lines running next to each other to do the shading. That's how easy it is to draw Justin Chase. So now you know my secret for how you can draw Justin Chase. You could make your own Justin Chase for Prime Minister poster, or you can download this sheet from the MoAD website. It's there for you as well. Have we had
We
some cool
we
suggestions
have.
come in, Steph?
That was outstanding. So we've got some cool suggestions, and I think we should go with we've got a suit.
Oh,
A
yes.
suit.
Excellent.
Maybe let's have a look. Oh, I do like suit and tie
Yep.
in there. He needs to look smart. I wonder how we could make him look smart. That's a
Ooh.
good point. And we seem to like age. Oh, glasses. Excellent.
Glasses,
We're quick
yeah.
today. He
All
needs some
right.
glasses.
Let's add some glasses in. I think I've seen some politicians do that when they want to look smarter. They put their glasses on, so you think, oh yes, they must read all of the time. So, all right.
See,
So
I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm wearing sunglasses with love hearts on them and diamantes. I really need to.
that's why
That
you're not Prime
doesn't.
Minister, Steph. That's
Yes, yeah, that explains it. But I do have the right setting behind me. I should have worn my suit and glasses today.
all right. So yeah, so he's looking very official with his
He is
suit
looking
on.
very official
I'm
there.
going to add his glasses on there, so he's spent a l-
I've got my glasses. Does it make me look smart?
Yes, it does. It makes it very corporate. Very, you can come and work in the Australian Public Service, Eva.
All right. So yeah, we've got his glasses, we've got his suit and tie on.
Very nice.
Anything else?
Let's see what else we've got. We're getting lots of good slogans. So we're
Oh,
thinking about I'm here for Fadden Primary, who would like a library for every school.
oh yes.
And maybe like a vote for me.
Yeah, I love it. Library for
Everything.
I'm feeling that we're inspired by my background here at the museum. So where some of our young people are thinking about the flag that is here too, Matt and Eva.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's
I
a good
guess
idea.
it's that national.
It makes it
Yeah.
look very official
All
It
right.
does.
when you have
So
the
I'm
flag.
putting some books in his hand for the library on this side, and on this
Lovely.
side, I'm going to put his Australian flag. Yeah.
Very nice. And then maybe down in front of him, Matt, we've got a request for a microphone. It gives that vibe that
Oh
he's
yeah.
delivering a speech, talking, good public speaker, talking to the
Yeah.
people.
So we've got the flag, and yeah, let's add his microphone in there.
Well, he's definitely starting to look like someone I would vote for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got that vibe. He's already projecting that image of
He is.
the Prime Minister. So it makes it believable that, yes, I can trust this guy. I can vote
You
for
can.
him.
They would also like him to look a little bit older. Matt, how do you
Oh,
reckon? Are we feeling like we need a bit of a beard? Do we need some
yeah. So
lines?
let's give him a little mustache
Oh,
here.
yeah, your mustache. Well done.
Some big sideburns, and yeah, we'll give him a nice little beard so we know we can trust him.
I'll be
It's
keen.
a nicely groomed beard. It's not messy. It's nicely trimmed there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I think
yay.
he's starting to look pretty
He is.
respectable
Yes,
there.
and Gregory Hills have made a great point. This is an outstanding one. We need some people in the background. You know how we've always got the yes, like I really like what you're saying.
Okay, yes, we need to have some people standing in the background. So this is, I know we're talking about media literacy, but this is an insight into how Eva and I work when we're making Worst Week Ever. So
Yeah.
I am full of ideas, and I always tell Matt to, put the scene in a crowd. And what does Matt say?
So I don't want to draw a crowd. It's too much hard work.
Well, we're 7 books in and they're very detailed, so I see your point.
Yeah. So if Eva suggested I want a crowd of people in the background, I'd probably just draw 2 people in the background, and
I would say things like, let's put them in a concert scene, and Matt would go, we're not doing that.
Oh, Matt, I see what you're doing, Matt. We just draw the same face
yeah,
over and over again.
yeah. So we've got our crowd of people on there, and I think someone said we needed the vote for me sign as
Yes.
well, so that was good. Vote
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
me. So a bit
We've
of
got,
persuasive talk in there,
we
getting there.
do. We've got some lovely year
That's the
fours.
call to action, which is
It is the
often in
call to
advertising.
action.
That's what they want you to
Mm.
do. The whole point of this poster is to get you to vote for him. So it's important to include that in there.
I think your page is getting pretty
What do you think?
full.
How's that looking?
It's looking so good, and our wonderful students have picked up on the vibe that this has school vibes. So we've got just things that I'll shout out for those out there in case you're creating your own poster. We've got stay in school, we've got no hat, no play. Oh, a nice one, the sun shining on
Oh
him.
yeah, that's
Security guards, a badge, an official badge. That's a great way to wear your cause too. They do wear a lot of, besides the Vote For Me signs and posters, we do wear a badge.
okay.
Something about the future. Yeah, bright future. That goes with the sun. Excellent. But you are right, Matt Neva. We are running out of space and we've done a solid campaign poster.
But
Do you want?
just like Matt wearing a badge, the
Yeah,
advertising.
you are.
I think that looks great. I don't know, Steph. I think I might actually vote for Justin Chase.
I know. Yeah. I think it was the goatee that did it for me.
Maybe I was jealous.
Yeah. So, do you want a couple of fun things? Shall
let's
we
do.
add?
I loved that serious one, but I reckon let's do a really silly one of
All
a
right.
person that you would never vote for in a million years. So
All right.
let's
It's
see what we can
on.
add.
All right. Let's see what we've got. All right.
Palm tree sunglasses.
Yes.
Some silly eyewear.
Okay, let's see if I can give him some. I don't know how I'm going to get the palm tree sunglasses onto here.
I'll throw out some other ones. You can think about it. A clown wig,
Oh, yes. Love that.
chains and sneakers, a Hawaiian shirt. Does that work a bit better for you?
Yes, yeah. All right. I've got his clown wig onto there,
yes.
and I'm going to put.
Levi says make him look angry.
Oh, that's a good, yeah, because
Can you fix those eyebrows? Oh, those sunnies look good.
yeah, I can. So the trick to make someone looking angry, it's all about their eyebrows. Instead of their eyebrows going up, we need their eyebrows to go down. So I'm going to change the direction of his eyebrows as much as I can with my texture here. So now, now he's looking a little bit evil almost, I
He
think,
sure
with his
is.
eyebrows going down like that. But we had the Hawaiian shirt suggestion, so let's add his little Hawaiian shirt covered in beautiful flowers.
Gosh, we're not into clowns today. We've got a squishy, like a clown nose as well. We've had a couple that have got a Hawaiian shirt.
This is starting to look like a Halloween costume.
It is. It is
a horror. Horrific Halloween costume.
Maybe instead of a nice smile, I might give him scary teeth.
Oh, yay. And can you, with your clown nose, we've got a big, like a moustache. Can you give us a curly, like just out of the side of your clown nose? Can we have a curly moustache? Oh, and some criminals in the background.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very interesting suggestions coming through today. Lovely. We'll give you a tick to catch up there, Matt.
I'm having a look at how much room Matt has, because usually when
the background,
when we're working on the pages of Worst Week Ever, we decide the whole page. So if there's a bit of gap somewhere, we could put some stuff. So you have room at the top. So.
And this is my other trick, Steph. When Eva says draw a crowd in the background, I put them right in the background so I don't have to draw them. So they're the criminals in the background behind him there. Maybe.
Gosh, I hope there's more books in your future. Like I know we've got through 7 of these, but
I'm thinking we have we have room to put outside of him. So less
Yes.
about what he's wearing and
Yes.
more
I
the
think
environment.
I
What
think
other things can we
I
add?
saw someone just said maybe a skeleton in the background, which I think
Yes, because
uh,
we've gone with our Halloween vibes. We're
yeah.
thinking about kind of the rain, like darkness,
Oh yeah.
clouds,
Cloud,
and a
dark
slogan for you,
cloud.
don't go to school.
Oh my gosh. That's
Factory with
terrible.
chimney. Yes, put the factory with chimney stacks because we're
Okay.
not going to school anymore. Vote for someone else. That's outstanding. Thank you for that suggestion.
That's a good one. Vote for someone else.
Oh, we are so good at this. I think we'll be making, you can help me with, we'll get these students to help me with my campaign posters.
Yeah. That's very funny. I like that one, but for someone else. So we've got the rainstorm in the background.
The
Was it
stacks.
some chimneys,
Yeah,
a lot of
storming.
pollution coming up in the background
And
Free
there?
the criminals.
room
Yeah.
in the
Oh, I hate kids.
foreground.
How sad. He doesn't like children.
All right. I think he's looking pretty
He's looking
cool.
pretty good. Pretty good. Matt, Eva,
Oh,
are
and
you
a
happy with
crying
the
baby.
space?
I like that idea. The
Yes,
politicians always love
they
to
do.
grab a baby, but maybe this little baby here, I think, is going to be crying, so it's not going to make a good
Oh
photo
no.
opportunity for
Very distressed.
Justin. Yeah, so
Well,
lots
that
of
is those teeth, Matt. I've now seen
yeah.
those teeth up close. Wow. There's a lot going on there.
All right, so we've got the crying baby. I think that's a pretty terrible poster. I don't think anybody is going to vote for that guy over this guy. What do you
No,
think?
oh, I don't think so. I think they've done a great job at recognizing some of the how we can, talk people into liking someone, I guess, and
Absolutely, so
some of
clever.
the
And I love those
so
suggestions and so
clever.
funny as well. That was amazing. Thank you to everybody for
Oh,
helping out with that
so
one.
good. And I hope that our students participating today will draw their own posters. And
Yeah, that
thank
would
you
be
so
super.
much for the quick drawing of Justin Chase. I know that will keep me busy this afternoon when I'm thinking about some campaign posters I might like to create myself. So we're going to skip to another place in the museum. Now
Ooh,
I'm going to
where
get the
else?
students to help me out with this one. So we are here in an exhibition that's called Truth, Power and a Free Press here at the museum. And you may notice that there's lots of technology that's behind me. Some elements you may recognize from, there's a little television, we've got a mobile phone, and we've got microphones. So lots of different ways that people communicate messages, and especially when they're talking about the news. So I thought, Justin and Eva, social media is such an important part of how people find out information today,
Yes.
whether it's news articles or whether it's for entertainment.
Mhm.
So I thought we could have a look at some examples
Yeah, let's have a look because
in your books. Let's
yeah,
have a look at some memes.
because social media is everywhere, right? Whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever, there's a constant stream of content. And in Worst Week Ever, our hero's arch nemesis Marvin has his own YouTube channel and dreams of being a famous YouTuber. He uploads a very unfortunate video of Justin Chase during that Code Brown incident we talked about before, and it ends up going viral. So there's a lot of funny stuff on the internet that we all get a laugh out of, but you should never post something without someone's permission and be careful and sensitive when sharing content online.
So everybody has had a bad day or moment. Imagine if that was broadcast around the world. That happens to Princess in Worst Week Ever Thursday. Now, Princess is a bit of a spoiled brat and she does throw a very silly tantrum. And when her cheese toasty slices into squares instead of triangles, but then that moment goes viral when it is posted online. It gets twisted and distorted, turned into memes and made fun of around the world. But it's important to remember when we're online that there is always a real person behind an image.
Yeah, so you can have a look there. That's the scene where Princess is presented with her square toasties instead of triangles, and she absolutely flips out. But someone recorded that and posted it online. And then once it goes onto online, then things can sort of take on a life of their own. And that one incident gets turned into a whole bunch of different memes that get spread around the world. So you can see there, it's she's having a meltdown and she's demanding things and she's turned into these memes that just get spread everywhere. She's refusing the square, she wants the triangle, and basically, without her permission, without her wanting this, this is all getting spread around the world. So sometimes these things are funny, but it's also important to remember that there are often real people behind this. So just be sensitive and careful about what you're posting online.
And sharing.
Yeah, and sharing as well.
So let's have another look at another page from Worst Week Ever Thursday. So this is the photo of this is the photo, original photo, and then if we zoom in, the other image and what you see online. So a lot of what you see on social media isn't real, or it's highly curated or filtered to create a false reality. Again, in Worst Week Ever Thursday, we use Princess to show the difference between something in real life and what gets posted online. So can you spot the difference?
So you can see in the original photo, in reality, Princess looks shocked and kind of terrible, and she's there next to the superstar Justin Chase, but also our hero Justin Chase is in the photo there. It's a terrible photo, but when she posts it to her Instagram, she's put a filter across it, so she looks better. She looks more beautiful. She's got beautiful big eyelashes, and she's changed her makeup there, and she's cropped out regular Justin Chase, and she's just focusing on the superstar pop idol Justin Chase in the background. And she's changed the caption. So instead of what happens where she accidentally comes across Justin Chase, she's changed it to
just casually dropped in to see my bae. He sang me happy birthday. So cute.
And that's what's going to go up online, and that's what everybody's going to see. All of Princess's followers are going to see this and think that's what actually happened, which is not what the reality is. So it's really, really important to remember that so much of what we see on social media has been edited, has been curated. It's taking one moment, it's cropping things out, and it's not presenting the reality. It's just presenting what that person wants. So again, that's what we're talking about with media literacy, just being aware that what you're presenting and what you're shown might not be the whole story. So you have to be curious and you have to think about all the different angles and what might be there.
So
wow!
that I would hang out in the shop today. I appreciate there that you've talked about some memes and the reality and social media, but I thought that perhaps we also needed to chat today, and I'm so glad that we're all wearing red. I think that's going to fit into perhaps an advertising campaign that we're all working on today. But I've just found this shirt hanging around here at the museum that I thought I'd bust out with some of my favorite books.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you very much. So I thought perhaps Matt and Eva, you've done a great job talking about social media and the reality. And I know that both of you are very honest in how you post online. And we've had a great chat this morning before our students arrived, where we were talking about sometimes our face when we're presenting doesn't quite look the way that we're smiley, but that we like to show people what it's really like when we're, creating experiences, and when, you're presenting on stage or we're in the studio, and not everything necessarily goes to plan, like our friend Justin, but advertising. And we had a little bit of a look at this when we were creating our campaign poster for Justin, and how we create slogans and product placement. But this was also part of the books. So could we have a look at one more example with you before we take some questions?
Yeah, so we just want everyone to realize We are bombarded with advertisements every day. And sometimes we might not even be aware that we're being sold to. And we have celebrities and we have influencers selling products to us. So it's important to be aware of advertising and marketing. So you can see that everywhere. It's like when we have cartoon characters on cereal boxes, or they have celebrity endorsements for things, or they have movie tie-ins with snack food on your packet of chips that's linked to a movie. They're all designed to make you choose that product and to convince you that you need something you probably don't. So we were kind of making fun of that idea in Worst Week Ever. We have our international superstar, Justin Chase, and he has a whole bunch of merchandise, and all of it is kind of a little bit ridiculous because I don't think anybody needs a Justin Chase cuckoo clock where he pops out and he says, I'm cuckoo, cuckoo for you every hour, or the Justin Chase dinner set, or the Justin Chase case, or the Justin Chase toaster.
My favorite one is the Justin Chase fan for fans.
Yeah, so that all of this stuff that probably doesn't need to exist, but it's just there to try to sell you a product. And it's using that celebrity, that love of it for you to buy it. I think we've probably all been a little bit guilty of that. If we've loved a TV show or a character or a band, we've gone ahead and bought something we didn't need just because it has that picture of the band or the person that we love on it. So we just want everybody to be aware and to be attuned to the fact that a lot of the times people are just trying to sell you something. They want your money. So we just want you to be careful and to think about it before you part with your cash and buy something that you don't need. And that's basically just what we want from media literacy. We just want you to be smart and to use the brain up in your head. We know you've got it. We saw with your suggestions how clever and how brilliant you are. Just use some of those brain matter when you're consuming media. So when you're looking at the news, be aware of your news source. Is it reliable? Is it trustworthy? Be conscious of the bias there and always read the fine print to find out what the disclaimers are so that you know the true story. And when you're looking at campaigning with the prime ministers or the politicians, look at the substance, not just the surface or the slogans on the posters. Yeah.
Very true. So you've given some really good tips there, and especially to be aware of when we're being marketed to, um, and some of those good questions that you raised about who created this media, why did they create it?
Mhm.
Another one that's really important that I know will get you, Matt and Eva, is how does it make you feel? So
Mhm.
when you look at something, is it creating a response where you're upset by a piece of media because you're reading a news story,
Yeah. Is it
and
designed to
why?
provoke you? Or
Yes,
Mhm.
very true. Now we have arrived, as one of our lovely students has pointed out. I am in another location in the building. I'm actually facing out from Old Parliament House. So when you saw me at the beginning, I was facing the building, but now I'm facing outwards, looking over Canberra. So across the road from us is the Tent Embassy. And in the background, there is Mount Ainslie and the War Memorial over the other side. But Parliament House is actually in front of me. It sits up on the hill behind the building that I work in. But Matt and Eva, you have done a great job. I think we've given our students lots of skills,
Mhm.
lots of information to take away from the worst week ever and all of those different types of media, from looking at the news to social media. We've had a look at some memes, and we've had a look at advertising today. So a great introduction. But I have seen throughout our chat, there have been some lovely questions for the two of you. So do you mind if I ask you a couple of quick questions before we wrap up today?
Yeah, we'd love to answer some questions.
Wonderful. Excellent. So the first one, there've been a couple of these, would like to know if there are more books to come in the Justin Chase series.
Well, funny you mentioned that. You could see right behind us this whole time. So, coming out this Saturday, but it's some stores already have it. It is the worst pets ever. So
I feel
it's a
special to have
spin-off.
found it in Canberra already.
Oh, how exciting. Yeah.
So it's a spin-off from Worst Week Ever.
Yeah, so when we made Worst Week Ever, we got to talk to lots of readers and fans of the series, and Eva would always ask them,
Who's your favorite character? And it's always the pets. So we thought we should write a spin-off with the pets
yeah,
from
so
Worst Week Ever.
so Worst Pets Ever, it stars Captain Fluffykins, the
Captain.
most miserable cat on the planet, and
Yep.
Knickers, that naughty dog who likes to steal everything. And they have been sent away to the Worst Pets Ever obedience school for naughty pets. So it's really, really funny and it's really silly. And if you liked Worst Week Ever, I think you're really going to enjoy Worst Pets Ever. And someone was asking, is there more? There's not just Worst Pets Ever. We've actually got another spin-off
Spin-off.
series from
Watch out.
Worst Week Ever. Yeah, I don't think we can say yeah, but early
That's fair
next
enough.
year. So
So
yeah, so we just
that's
thought,
enough of a little tidbit
yeah,
in there. Well done. A
why
little,
have
we'll
one spin-off
censor
series
the rest
when
of
you can
that.
have
We'll go
two spin-off
black.
series? Yeah.
And I did love, I just noticed that poor Captain Fluffykins is in a cat carrier with one of those windows in the book. That's stunning. Well done. Excellent. So a little sneak peek there. We've got some aspiring authors and illustrators in our audience today. So they would like to know what you love about being authors.
Oh, there's so many things that I love about being an author, but it's really fun to work with somebody. So if you pick somebody that you can work alongside
Yeah,
with,
it's really fun. It's fun to bounce your ideas backwards and forwards. So we never get stuck for an idea because I we're bouncing those ideas backwards and forwards. It's really, really fun.
if in Worst Week Ever, for example, I would come up with an idea, or Matt would come up with an idea and come to me, and we would just kind of try to make it worse and worse. So that's how.
That's how we sort of collaborate together. But for me, like I've always wanted to be an author and an illustrator because I just love books. So for me, it's the perfect job. I get to write, I get to draw, and I'm creating something that I love, which is books. So yeah, that's why I love it because I get to use my brain, I get to be creative, and when you're writing, anything is possible. So it's really, really fun and imaginative, and yeah, I think it just might be the best job ever. So I'm very, very lucky.
You both are. Quick questions, do you have any pets?
At the moment, we don't. I think our only pet here is this guy. That's my pet
Joy.
Rocky. So
Yes.
But
we
we've had lots
we
of
have had lots of
Rockies.
pets in the past. We tragically go through quite a lot of goldfish. But we're trying to decide, should we get a cat or should we get a dog next? We're not sure because we love both.
The
So,
Fluffykins, Captain
oh, I know
Fluffykins.
you like cats.
I'm biased.
Yeah.
Where did you get the idea from for the worst week ever?
So our son actually claims to have come up with that idea.
Yep. All right, we'll tolerate that. Tell
But
me
we will
more.
see him in court.
Yeah, so yeah, our son was having a really bad week at school one week, and he just said to us, like, my life's so bad, it could be a book series, you could write about this. And yeah, we kind of Voice Week Ever wasn't really inspired by his life, but it was kind of sparked by that idea. And that's the thing when you're writing, an idea can sort of come out of nowhere, but then you have to take it and develop it. So we spent, I guess, years working on it and developing the series for Worst Week Ever.
Ideas.
Yeah, just from that one little spark, that one little bad week, which is kind of that's the message of Worst Week Ever. Good stuff can happen from something bad. So
Things happen to us now. I kind of look at it as, well, at least that is material for our next book.
yeah.
Yes, it
How
is.
can we use
Love.
that?
Now people will be concerned hanging around the two of you that they'll end up in a book.
Yeah.
So, two more questions and then we might have to wrap up for today. How do you develop your characters? I thought that was a great question. Some tips for developing characters.
I guess when we're creating the characters, like we talk about, um, I guess we can't try to make them into a real person in our head. We
Mm,
think about them.
mm.
So, like, we start with, the character, then with the names, then we think about what their hobbies would be, how they would speak, what
What
their
they
in
dress like.
yeah. So it's kind of like you start off with that rough idea, and then you make it more and more specific, and
And those qualities may not even make it into the book, but it's a fully formed person
yeah.
or pet.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I think each of our characters also has their own voice. So we think about each character really speaks in a sort of distinctive way and has their own outlook on the world. And it makes it really easy to write that character if you can imagine how they would speak and how they would talk.
Oh, lovely. And last one, what's your one tip that you've got for young people about navigating the media and media safety?
Oh my
What's your
gosh, what a
one?
great
You can have one each.
question.
I'll give you one
What's
each.
my one tip? Well,
Mm.
I guess my one tip is just to use your brain. Yeah. So don't just passively consume what's out there. Actively think about what's being presented to you and ask those questions in your head before you just accept what's presented to you. I think that would be my one tip. Use your brain. I know you're also smart, just you got to use your brain.
You
Yes.
do.
Well, what's the term? Critical thinking?
Yeah, we want to
Critical
be
thinking.
critical thinkers.
Yeah.
Very important. Excellent. And we've got some suggestions coming in from our audience. So they're saying don't give away your name, age, or other
Oh,
personal info. So, based on
yes.
that, I'm not
Mm.
going to ask how
How
old
old
Justin
Matt
Chase is or how old Matt is, because
Well,
we don't want to be giving away Matt's
I'm
personal
old.
info.
Yeah.
we get messages all the time
Yeah.
asking when our birthday is and when we were born. And
For book reports, because they're putting it for their book
Yes,
report.
we
So
do
it's
love
an
a good
honest
book report.
request. But it's like
Yeah.
that's personal information that we
Yeah.
can't publicly share online because that
Yeah.
links back to passwords and identity. So what a great tip. Yeah,
It
just be
is.
sensible about what you share online.
Maybe our students can just ask what star sign you are next time instead. All right. Well, Matt and Eva, it has been so wonderful hanging out with you and Justin today. Thank you for your incredible book series and for walking us through those media examples and helping our young people this Media Literacy Week as we think about how we look at media and how those critical thinking questions we can ask. And I hope to see you both again soon, but thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you, everybody. And check out Worst Pets Ever at your library soon. And yeah, keep
Beautiful.
thinking critically every time you could be media literate. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for having us, Steph. We've had so much fun.
Yay! Thank you
Bye.
both. See you all again soon. Thank you
Bye.
to our students. Have a wonderful Media Literacy Week.
Vote for
See
Justin Chase.
ya!
All
Bye,
right.
Justin.
All right. Bye, everybody.